So, I was gonna make this video a whole lot earlier, but I've been getting over what I can only assume is some form of plague. I also been holding off making this video because the fate of the old 240SX has been sealed. Let's button some things up as I tell a story about it. You know what? Let me grab some tools and then we'll talk about what's going on. Got the whole Homewrecker 5000 here. So when we left up on the car, we just figured out that it had compression. Honestly, that's more than I could have hoped for. When I first got this, I didn't know what I was going to do with it, truthfully. When I went to look at it, I actually had no intentions of even buying the car. And that was mainly because I had a second project that I've been working on that has really taken all of my time, effort, and energy for the last 2 years. That was so it's so close to being done that I knew that if I had a second project, it was going to divide my mental capacity and car budget between two projects, and, well, both would suffer for it. I was willing to walk away, even though I love 240SXs. My love for 240SXs span about 15 years, truthfully, when I had my first one. However, they made me an offer that I would have been stupid to walk away from. Well, I brought the car home, knowing full well I would not be able to give the car the attention that it deserved, or that my other project would not get the attention it deserved. Because I knew in my heart of hearts that if I were to start working on this car, I wouldn't want to quit. The type of person that I am, I can't leave well enough alone. I wouldn't stop until it was done. What I wasn't super upfront about was the fact that this car has actually been for sale for the last couple weeks. When I made the post for this car, it was sort of ambiguous. I didn't say what I wanted to take for it because, truthfully, I wasn't even convinced that I wanted to sell it. I don't want to sell it. But I knew it was definitely the right thing to do, considering that this car did in fact sit in my driveway for a year, untouched. I'm the type of car owner and car enthusiast that doesn't like a car to just sit around. I think a car should be enjoyed for whatever purpose you build it or you bought it for. This car sat. To me, that's a big problem. Collecting cars for the sake of just having them sitting around, I mean, I get that. And I get that in a lot of ways, cars can be an investment opportunity, and some people just like having them. But for me, I like to enjoy the car in a way that the car was actually meant to be enjoyed. To drive them, to use them, to get them out, blow off the dust, drive down the road, and do something questionably legal every now and then. Because of that, I knew I had to get rid of the car. I had to. When I had my first 240SX back in 2007, 2008, I had to get rid of that car because of financial reasons. I was getting married. I didn't regret selling the car for the reasons that I sold it, but I did regret getting rid of the car because in the back of my head, I knew that these were getting rarer and rarer even then. Finding another one was going to be difficult, especially where I live. This time around, when I put it up for sale, I wasn't going to sell it just for anything and just to anybody. The money wasn't the biggest driving factor for this car, but truthfully, it was simply because I knew that my attention would be divided. Because I'm that kind of person that just simply cannot leave well enough alone. I would want to do both projects at the same time until they're both done, and that's not a good idea. In the 10 days that this car has officially been up for sale, I've had offers ranging from anything from junk prices all the way up to some pretty interesting and unique trades, but nothing that really made me feel good about getting rid of it, you know? I wanted to feel like I was doing the right thing. I was looking for any excuse and any reason to actually keep the car because, well, honestly, that wouldn't be too hard to do. However, I did get made a really strong offer. Hey, look, my hand's stuck. Give it back, I need it. Okay. This person told me that the 240SX was actually their dream car. Cool, I mean, it's pretty attainable. So when I met these two and got talking with them, they understood that these cars require quite a bit of attention. And they can be a real headache at times, but they also understood what the car was and what it could be. And to me, that was important. This young man had every intention of not making this just a a drift missile and destroying the car where it would end up in a junkyard or parted out eventually. He has every intention of actually restoring the car, making it something that he's really passionate about. They seemed like the right people, and for me, that's kind of what the car community and car enthusiast scene is all about. Making a car what you want it to be. Building, working on them, making a car do, what I intended it to do, what I built it to do. Why can't I find, what is going on here? Truthfully, I saw a little bit of myself reflected in this young man. There we go. Perfect. In those couple of moments, it felt like I wasn't doing something for the wrong reasons, but I was doing it for the right reason. And that's why I ultimately agreed to get rid of this car. Now, I know what you're thinking is, oh, you just gave up on the car like every other 240SX owner. It seemed to be kind of a trend, doesn't it? But I didn't give up on this car. I didn't have any intention of actually buying it to begin with. Because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to give it the attention that it needed. They forced my hand. And my wallet. Or something like that. But the kind of person that I am, having this car sit in my driveway, neglected, it was just the right time to pass this on to somebody else. However, silver lining, putting it up for sale is actually what motivated me to even pull this into my garage in the first place and get to working on it. That's why I feel like I didn't give up on this car. I know one of the things that I wanted to accomplish was to get this car running, but I'm confident it will. It spins over freely without any crazy noises. It has compression. There's really no reason this car shouldn't run. Now, how well it'll run, I don't know. But I am confident that the car will start and do something more than what it has done in the last year since I've had it and year or so that it sat around since the previous owner had it. So this is a big step in the direction and the next chapter of this car's existence. It gets to have this journey with somebody else who's young and excited about these cars, excited to get their hands dirty and put the work in, excited to have something that they're proud of. And that's what this other project is for me. Well, anyway, you may be wondering what I'm actually doing. I'm securing the motor mounts, getting this car ready for transport because in a few 2 hours or so, it'll be loaded up on a car dolly and heading to its new home. But I also have to pull the drive shaft out because being an automatic car, well, it's not really great on them to haul them on a car dolly, so we'll do that. How long is this bolt go? Jeez, my knees. There we go, perfect. Oh no, I lost my socket. Not again. Speaking of sockets, I did get the 10mm back. Well, I didn't get it back. My 11-year-old neighbor who's friends with my kids literally stuck the magnet down in there and picked it right up the first shot, so. Beginner's luck? I don't know. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Oh, hi, Spider. Sorry, dude. You're gonna have to vacate the premises. I can't fit under this. I'm gonna have to jack it up a bit more. I got. Ow. Now let's see what we got here. Direction. So maybe you're wondering exactly what this other project is that I keep talking about. And, well, if you watched my first video, then maybe you already caught a glimpse of what it is. Can you hand me this wrench? I got it. You stay where you are. But it's been a project that's been something I've worked on for, 2 years. Pretty well constant. Ow! Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get this off. Uh-oh. Yep. So where does that leave us? You and me, not you. Well, I always intended to have that other project on the channel anyway. We'll just move forward like we were going to, just ahead of schedule. Pick up a couple things here and there along the way, and I'm excited to see where we go from here. See what the new owner does with this car. I'll introduce you to the other project here soon. Maybe you caught a glimpse of what it might be. Any guesses? Put it down in the comment section. There's plenty more still to do, but we're getting really close to something pretty cool, so. We had some good memories, didn't we? The whole 2 episodes that we... Anyway, I'll see you next time.